Hey folks, audio reviews down under here. Today I've got the Tangzu X Divinus Voodoo version 1 or V1. This is a new offering from Tangzu. It's a metal and 3D printed plasticky resin type shell, similar material as the Truthy Hexa, I think. I got this unit with a 4.4 connection. This is the stock cable. I actually quite like the cable. It behaves pretty well. You also get Divinus tips, and you also get a full set of the Tangzu's own Tangzu Kai tips, which I used the large of both during my review. You also get this nice leather, like it's I don't think it's it actually might be genuine leather. I'm not. It's a really nice case actually. It's pocketable. It does hold the voodoo quite well. It can go in a backpack. Anyway, my first impressions and my first few hours of listening to the voodoo. Voodoo was done with large Tangzu Kai tips, as I said, as well as the Divinus. My first impression of the voodoo was how wide they sounded. They had such an expansive sounding sound stage. That was the first thing that caught my attention. They're very smooth as well. The extension and the vocals and just everything was just very smooth. It's what stood out to me at first impression. Very nice sub bass. It's got great extension. Has some good depth. Feels pretty natural as well. Extends deep. Has a pretty natural texture for bassy tracks. You get into the mids. The lower mids could be a little cleaner. They're slightly woolly and thick sometimes. Which I did actually correct with a little bit of EQ, but that's up to everyone who wants to use EQ or not. But anyway, the vocals are pretty natural. They're warm and sound like they go beyond the center stage. They especially on my current reference tracks, Murder Song by Aurora, her vocals seem to fill the stage like a large concert hall. Instruments like guitars and drums have a nice natural sound as well. They sound warm and pretty organic with a slight softness to them. The treble is also fairly natural and crisp, has a nice tone. Cymbals have a clean and natural sound. Vocals higher pitch seem to extend higher, and there's no sibilance whatsoever that I could hear on the voodoo. It's very, very clean, well extended vocals and treble. Voodoo actually feels somewhat natural, pretty natural in their presentation of most of the details. They hit pretty deep when they need to with the sub bass. But they also feel light and airy at the same time as well. When I switched over to the Divinus tips, I used the large again. The Divinus tips take some of the upper mids and upper treble out of the sound. The vocals aren't as forward. The lower mids might even be a little more woolly with the Divinus tips, as opposed to the Tangzu tips, which did sound a little cleaner to me. They seem to be even more affected, and the lower mids and sub bass became a little more bogged down by the Divinus tips. There is some width in the parts of the soundstage and some parts of the vocals, but they feel more in my head with the Divinus tips than they did with the Sankai tips. When I switch back to the Tangzu tips, they feel more open again. Overall, the Fudu is pretty well tuned with that bit of woolly lower mids, but being noticeable in some tracks. Maybe tip rolling might solve it, or EQ, like I said. I EQ'd them a little bit just to clean the mids up a bit, and yeah, it did work for me. I know some people don't use EQ, so it's up to everyone to do their own thing, but might give some lower mids a little more room to open up. Still really enjoyed the Fudu. They would get a definite rec from me for someone looking for detailed, expansive soundstage with some great vocals and pretty nice deep sub bass. Yeah, that's about all I have on the Fudu right now. I'm really enjoying them, and I hope if you guys out there decide to try them out when they're available, yeah, I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. And like they're going right to the top of I'd say my top 5 at the moment of IMs under $100, and well, I don't actually know the price range of these at the moment, so yeah, I might hold on that. But at the moment, for all the IMs that I have currently, and which includes the Syngot EA500, the EW200, I've also got the KZ Krilla and the CCA Duo, which I'll be reviewing soon as well. But yeah, the Fudu, they really caught my attention. They sound absolutely fantastic, and I'm not sure of the price range at the moment. Sorry, I'm sure they'll be out soon, so we'll find out pretty soon. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see any more reviews. I've got more reviews coming up pretty soon, so yeah, keep an eye out on my channel, and yeah, I'll post some more photos and maybe some more videos very soon. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and thanks to thanks to Tangzu for sending these in. They kindly sent the Fudu in to me to review. So yeah, thanks a lot to Tangzu. And yeah, I forgot to mention that at the start. Sorry about that, but yeah, they did send them in to me for review. So many thanks to them. And yeah, that's about all I've got to say for right now. So there's audio reviews down under, and have a great day, folks. I'll be back soon.